Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Today we've got a really powerful and easy to use TH17 Attack Strategy, and yes, we will be using Heroic Torch. Heroes, pets and equipment on the left hand side. We've got 6 Super Yetis, 6 Throwers, 2 Healers and a Headhunter. Spells are 3 Clone spells, a Rage, a Revive and a Poison spell. And normally inside the Clan Castle, let's change this a bit. What are we going to have inside, guys? You're normally going to be using the Battle Blimp to deliver 1 Super Yeti to a nasty area of the base, the Town Hall or a nasty compartment, and then we're going to clone those Super Yetis for maximum damage. So anyway, here we go. Bit of a sneaky attack here. One of our Super Yetis was targeted by the Hook Tower. Use that to your advantage, and then we're going to clone those Super Yetis in that compartment, and I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, it can go a bit wrong sometimes. You've got to be quick. So there's a Hook Tower. I think that's what they're called, aren't they, guys? If there's a Hook Tower, put down a Super Yeti, it gets targeted, moved into that compartment, then use your Clone spells and Rage spell. If it's worth it, if there's enough defenses there. So that was a bit of a different start to the attack. Normally we'd use a Thrower or a Super Yeti to do some funneling and then send in the main army in between the sides of our funnel. So on the right hand side there in the bottom corner, we've got a Thrower, a couple of Throwers on the left hand side, and a bit of patience here. You do need a good funnel. You want all those troops to move towards the main area of the base so we can get really nice value out of Heroic Torch. Now you don't always need to use Heroic Torch. I'm just demonstrating to you how I think it's really good. On this replay, we've got Heroic Torch and Healing Tome, because I still want to deliver that Battle Blimp towards the Town Hall area. And it might not reach it now with the Eternal Tome rework, but you've got a good chance of getting it almost to the center of the base. And then, of course, you've got those Clone spells and a Rage spell. You can overlap the Clone spells to make sure your Super Yetis move closer towards the Town Hall. So inside the Battle Blimp, we've got 1 Super Yeti. You can take a Super Yeti and a Yeti. I just find with 1 Super Yeti, you're guaranteed to clone it. The only danger, of course, is if you miss with those clone spells, it can be a disaster. But just wait, put down a Rage spell, overlap the clone spells, and you should be okay. I would try and use those clone spells early as well, so you end up cloning the Super Yetis and not the Super Yeti Mites. I think that's what they're called, aren't they? Anyway, yes, back to the battle. We're doing okay here. We've got some Super Yetis left. We've got some Throwers, and I found Super Yetis and Throwers was a really nice combination. And I'm just showcasing that Heroic Torch can be really good with these ground attacks. Obviously, you don't need those earthquake spells, because before probably we need 8 earthquake spells or 4 at least to open up the base, and then you'd lose those clone spells. And I do think if you're after easy to use spam attacks, there's nothing really easier than using a Super Yeti, 3 clone spells and a Rage spell. It can do loads of damage to a compartment or the Town Hall area. It can be devastating, and it just makes things really easy. Send it through the Grand Warden's Eternal Tome ability. But of course, the only thing you need to be aware of then is you might need to delay sending in the Battle Blimp, because you want to get maximum value out of Heroic Torch. And if you send in the Battle Blimp too early to use Eternal Tome to protect it, your troops might not be ready to move into the base with Heroic Torch. All I'm saying is try and balance out when you're going to use that ability of Heroic Torch and Eternal Tome together to get maximum value, to get your troops into the base, but still protect that Battle Blimp and give it a chance to getting to its destination. So right, on to the next replay. Anyway, there we go. We've used the Grand Warden's ability. We're sending in the Battle Blimp. We've got our main army through the first wall segment there. The Battle Blimp has fallen short, so that's not good, guys. This is not going to plan. We've got a Super Yeti that's been taken across the base to a Hook Tower. So this attack is not going well, if I'm honest. And we didn't get too much value out of Heroic Torch there either. Some bases you will, some bases you won't. And if you come across any sort of ice golems in the enemy clan castle, it can go wrong and you might only get through 1 wall layer. The only thing I would say, my personal opinion of Heroic Torch, I think it is really good. I think it opens up new attack strategies for ground attacks, Electro Titans, Mass Yetis, attacks like this, and it frees up those spell slots. The only thing I would say, at max level, 20 seconds for me doesn't feel long enough. I want 30 seconds just in case anything goes wrong, the Yetis don't go into the base, they come across some ice golems, you know, something like that. I think 30 seconds would be fine and put it in line with other really powerful epic hero equipment, or even Eternal Tome and Healing Tome. I think that Heroic Torch probably isn't as powerful as those, but I said this in another video, it is difficult, isn't it? Because if we use Eternal Tome and Healing Tome, common equipment, as a benchmark, it's really unfair, because I think if they were released now, they'd probably be epic because they're so good. So everything that comes after it, we're always judging it on Eternal Tome, aren't we? Which is still #1 slot for the Grand Warden, I think. So on to our last replay. So that central compartment looks really good if we can get the Battle Blimp there. It hasn't been going particularly well. We're just going for a spam attack here. We're sending everybody in. But I don't really want to use the Grand Warden's ability just yet, because those troops aren't near the wall segment. But I've done it anyway, Grand Warden ability used. Now that Battle Blimp should reach the Town Hall area. Just go on. Yeah. Well, now what we can do is use the clone spells to overlap the Yetis into that compartment and hopefully take out those fire spitters and the monolith. It's going to be close, and we haven't quite managed to take out what I would have liked in the center of the base. We're still doing okay. Heroic Torch helped out there. We've got loads of compartments, and then we're sending in the main army with those throwers moving through the base. So guys, you can see from my attacks, you're probably thinking, Moose, you're not a very good player. And it's true, I'm not a particularly good player. I think I'm probably about average. You know, I don't have too much skill. I'm 312,000 years old. I have the reaction speed of a slug that's asleep. So I need these easy to use, forgiving spam attacks like this. In an ideal situation, you'd do your funnel, send in the main army, Super Yetis first, then the throwers, then send in your heroes. Don't send in the Royal Champion just yet. Get ready for your troops to enter the base. Use the Grand Warden's ability, Heroic Torch, to help them through the walls. Then send in your Battle Blimp, clone the Super Yeti or Super Yeti and Yeti inside, do mass destruction, and get 3 stars. But it doesn't always work like that. I think having Heroic Torch and Eternal Tome together is a bit of a difficult combination, if I'm honest. It'd be far easier to have Heroic Torch and Rage Gem. So you can try that and maybe use Siege Barracks instead, or the Troop Launcher. That can work, guys. I just like making it as easy as possible and sending in the Battle Blimp with the Super Yeti and clone spells. So I hope you enjoyed the video today. Remember to hit that subscribe button and notification bell for more videos like this. If you enjoyed the video, please do like it. And before we go, a couple of things to remember. Number 1, remember to stay hydrated. Number 2, remember to practice your funneling. And number 3, do remember on this channel we do have something called a creator code. That's where you can help support your favourite content creator in-game by using their code before making any purchases. Our code is Code Moose. Any support would be absolutely lovely. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you later, guys. Bye.